What's up, gamers? Your boy Beast Gamer Kuma with my beastly review of Zenless Zone Zero, or what I call it, Triple Z. It just came out not too long ago, towards the beginning of July, and we're finally so far into the game we can comfortably do our review for Zenless Zone Zero. That's coming from the Hoyoverse. Let's get into this. So, as evolution goes with free-to-play games from back in the day, where it was heavily grindy, or kind of had you paying for things in a timely manner with special events, stuff like that. But thanks to the, I want to say, new version of free-to-play games lately, like Genshin Impact, you can technically play these games completely free with no issue. It's just going to take a lot of patience and a lot of grinding, which most gamers hardly ever have. But thankfully, it keeps that interest going in, especially when you log in every day to get your dailies and go in and do some of the tasks that are available to you, because the best part about these games nowadays, especially with Zenless Zone Zero, there is a in-depth story going. A lot of side quests, a lot of things for you to do around the town. Even though, I guess I'm confusing it with another game I saw years ago, because, you know, everybody's complaining about how this one game was copying the mechanics of Spider-Man with, you know, how you swing around the city and stuff like that, so I must be thinking about something else. But so far, Zenless Zone Zero is a mixture of Jet Set Radio meets Devil May Cry, and I definitely enjoy it. That's with the game mechanics and the art style of the game. For a free-to-play game, it kind of almost feels like a AAA title, but like I said, it has the gacha mechanics that you, like I said, have to have patience to get through. Triple Z is a free-to-play gacha game, but with a modern style to it. As stated in a tweet I made, thanks to Genshin Impact, the gacha formula has evolved through the years and can be played completely free, as I said before. The bottom line, you don't feel forced to pay for anything if you have the right amount of patience. However, supporting a free-to-play game is not a bad idea, either, especially if it plays well. I don't feel obligated as much outside of wanting to sign in daily for the special grabs. The storyline is exciting and fun with crazy, energetic characters that you can try out before you unlock. Billy Kid already gives fan favorite energy, as he is the Deadpool type of the story, but there are enough characters to choose from to have your favorites, and even for the furry community. Honestly, as my best friend Ing said, it kind of is a furry thirst trap. That's her words, not mine. There are anthropomorphic humanoid characters in the game, but my favorite character is Ben Bigger, because he is definitely representation for my beastly self. So, here what you need to know. Each character will have their own specific class that you should pay attention to, which you can see. 3, 2, 1. Each character will have their own specific classes that you should pay attention to. You have your attack class, your anomaly class, your stun, your support, your defense. Concentrate on leveling up your characters as best as possible and learning who cooperates best as a 3-person team. You can see that in the skills area of your character and move towards the end, and it will give you a demo to check it out. That's right, you can test out each and every one of these characters. And some cases it will give you extra bonus materials or points so you can lock more characters. Now, like I said, this is a gacha mechanic game. Whatever the film reels that you use will mostly give you certain assist parts. These little balls that can assist and boost up your character's abilities, but they saying that the RNG works with every, unlock, you'll get a character. So far I've been getting duplicates which actually boost up your character. Not bad to explore, you know? It's like I said, it's going to be trial and error with the RNG, so just keep that in mind. Exploring New Erdiru will grant you some buffs and more points with your daily quest. Hitting up the coffee shop and buying specific drinks can benefit you in a fight depending on the buffs you go for. Even the newsstand will have your daily lottery tickets to scratch off and obtain more items to use towards your journey. There is a lot to do and conduct. There is even a multiplayer mode that I have not discovered too much into, because there's an arcade and they have 1-player to 4-player cooperative, but I haven't yet to play with anybody yet on there. I think that's where the multiplayer aspect comes in. It's interesting, it's weird, but hey, what can you do? Now, when it comes to the combat, as I said, mentioned that it's like Devil May Cry. It has it has great combat mechanics. I'm noticing that with a lot of other gacha games too. They want to drive you in with good, fluid combat. You can have there's a switch feature, which if you remember Sword Art Online, that's what they usually do in the combat, where you get a couple of hits in, then you swap out to chain in the combo correctly. Now, if you do this in the right time, you can also use their special abilities, well, with triangle giving them their super ability, and there's also a stagger effect that you can cause on the enemy that will get you into the swap mode of a great combat where you're doing devastating attacks. It's fun, it's crazy, and once you get the mechanics down properly, especially with the dodge mechanic, there's not a parry button. You have to do perfect dodging in order to utilize each character's ability. As I said, it's so much fun doing that switch up, and it keeps the action pumping, and the music is not that bad either. Visually speaking, it is just fantastic to see full stills and animation going on in Zenless Zone Zero. The voice acting to the music and the script are all amazing. It gives me Jet Set Radio vibes with Devil May Cry combat mechanics, as I said before. Why? Because of the amazing music and action DMC with the art style JSR and bubbly animation. Being that it gives off anime vibes and a deep story of corruption, MiHoYo, the developer, did a great job, and it almost feels too good for a free-to-play game. I almost said first-person shooter. Sorry about that. But that is my own ignorance, being that I am still new to this level of detail in story and visuals for a gacha title. I haven't played anything this immersive since the beginning of Genshin Impact, and even though I dabbled into it, it didn't catch me that well. People was crying back then that it was reminding them too much of Breath of the Wild, but I'm like, so what? Big deal. I did try Wuthering Waves. It didn't capture me either. Honkai Star Rail was more of a turn-based RPG. This one is captivating me. It's more my style, more my speed. Now, the only thing I can say bad about it, it can get overwhelming at times with everything you have to do to utilize the free mechanics. But again, it is free. There is going to be a level of patience, and you are learning all the ins and outs of the game to understand it fully. You don't have a negative, I don't have a negative thought. I really don't have a negative thought outside of the camera during combat. Why is it always the problem? The camera is always going to be your enemy. But to be fair, there are indicators when the enemy is off screen and you're fighting multiple people. They will flash to let you know when to perfectly dodge. So that kind of works, but when you're in the heat of the moment, you ain't gonna be able to see that. It's too much flashing going on, and it's crazy. In conclusion, I know I said I was gonna call this Triple Z, but if you made it this far, Zenless Zone Zero is a great experience so far. I've been playing for more than 5 days. I'm just like I said, this game came out 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, July 2nd, I believe. Yeah, we're going on 2 weeks now. This game is crazy. I'm enjoying it. I go in to get my dailies, do some of the storyline. I just unlocked a whole slew of different characters. I'm just glad I got my bear character because that took a long time to unlock. I was so happy. But yeah, you can try it out right now. I'm playing on the PlayStation 5 at the moment. So yeah, check it out. It's available on PlayStation 5, PC, Android, and iOS. Pick it for yourself. And my final score, I give it a 4 out of 5 beastly paws. Check it out for yourself. Like I said, free to play. Definitely enjoying it. And it's a great mode that, a great path that they're going with gacha games. It doesn't feel as gacha as expected. You can actually have a good time and not feel like you're being cheated. Other than that, thank you all for checking out my review. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Check out my full write-up on Patreon, as you can see in the description below. And as always, be stout.